Hello, my name is Caroline and I'm a scientific editor at the Cambridge Crystallographic Data Centre, the CCDC. Welcome to this how-to tutorial on using labels with CCDC's visualization software Mercury. In this video, we will see how to apply a range of different labels, how to select the information to display, and how to edit their appearance. Let's get started. First of all, let's open Mercury from the desktop icon or from the CCDC Applications folder. To bring up the structure that we will use in this example, we will type its ref code in the structure navigator on the right-hand side. The ref code is GALVUK. To display labels, we simply tick the box next to Show Labels For at the top right of the screen. We can now see that all the atoms are labelled with their atom label. We see that we have two options for editing which labels are displayed and what information they are giving. The For drop-down menu, which represents the selection of atoms for which the labels will be displayed. In this case, we have selected all atoms, so every atom has a label. The With drop-down menu, which, instead, lets you choose the value parameter of the label, so what we want our labels to communicate about these atoms. In this case, we have selected With Atom Label, and indeed, we see element and progressive number for each atom. Having labels displayed for all atoms might not be relevant, or it could make the structure very difficult to visualize, as you can see here. We can click on the For drop-down menu and select a more relevant range of atoms to label. In this case, for example, it might be relevant to choose non-hydrogen atoms or non-CH, excluding, in this case, also the carbon atoms, or to pick metal atoms, which instead leaves only the iron atom labelled. For this example, we will go back to the non-CH selection. As for the options of the information to display, we can click on the With drop-down menu to explore the numerous options available. These include element only, atomic number, formal charge, and many more. One example I'd like to show you is the use of labels to identify stereoisomers. For this example, we will use thalidomide. In the structure navigator, we write ref code THALID03. Thalidomide is a drug that was given to pregnant women to reduce the effects of morning sickness in the 1960s. The drug was sold as a mixture of the two stereoisomers, only one of which had the desired effect against morning sickness, while the other led to many disabilities and deaths in babies. To identify and visualize the stereocenter of this molecule using labels in Mercury, we pick as atom selection under For stereocentres. To display the information about the stereochemistry, in the With drop-down menu, we select stereochemistry. In this case, we can see an R next to the atom label, indicating the stereochemistry of the carbon. You can try other examples. For example, observing which stereoisomers are found in structure with ref code OGUSIV, or how many stereocentres are found in ref code FURMOW. We will now see more options to display labels and enhance their appearance to make them more readable. We are back to our thalidomide structure, and we have selected to show labels for stereocentres with stereochemistry. We might be interested in labelling all the atoms connected to the stereocentre. To do so, we can use Toggle Labels. We go to picking mode at the top left, and in the drop-down menu select Toggle Labels. Then, click on the atoms for which we want to turn on the label, which are the four directly connected to the stereocentre. If the label is on, clicking on these atoms while using Toggle Labels mode will turn them off. We can also move labels. We go again to picking mode and select Move Labels. We can then click and drag any label to edit its position. At any time, we can reset the label's positions back to the original ones from the Display menu. We go to Display, Labels, Reset Label Positions. When preparing images for a presentation, larger labels might be easier to read. To change the label size, go to Display, Labels, Label Size, and type the size you want. Moreover, you might want to change the label's colour to make them stand out better from the background you will use. In such cases, we could change the colour of the labels from Display, Labels, Label Colour. This brings up a colour palette and you can pick the most suitable colour for your labels. All the features highlighted in this video are available through both the free Mercury and the more advanced licensed version of Mercury. For more information, go to the link in the description. Thank you for watching.